This video is about a leak. A hot water pipe had broken, or actually developed a hole in it, under a concrete slab leading to one of our guest bathrooms. And I'm telling you, it was a big job. I don't have a jackhammer. I knew I was going to have to call a plumber on this one. But I have some clips and some shots of the process and the work it took to make the repairs. So I hope you enjoy the video.
Do you see the water from it?
No, but I'm going to turn the water on and we're going to see where it's coming from.
Okay.
And we'll have a good view.
All right.
Okay. These are the cold water lines.
The blue are the cold water lines.
Yeah, the blue goes to the sink.
Okay.
Actually, this one goes to the sink.
Okay.
And this one probably goes to the tub.
Okay.
And this is, I don't know. Water,
kitchen?
Toilet, probably.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, okay, sink. This goes sink, tub, and toilet.
Gotcha.
Or a combination there.
And then those three also corresponds.
Well, this goes to the sink, obviously. And I imagine that this goes to the tub. Okay?
Okay.
And this one goes, who knows where.
Kitchen sink maybe?
Could be. Or this could, yeah. It's a big diameter, as big as this one. So it could easily go. This one might go over to the kitchen. This one might go over to the kitchen, or maybe, I don't know. But somewhere in here is a leak. Okay. Yeah.
Now I can see the saw plate being broken. I mean, it's one continuous piece, but broken for the plumbing.
Plumbing, yeah.
Okay, the saw plate is to keep the post or the
It's what you nail the studs to.
studs. Okay, this
Yeah.
that is okay. The saw plate is to stabilize the studs.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know where the.
Do you have to
I want to
cut that wider so you can see?
I want to. Now I'm using a keyhole saw to cut the drywall back to where hopefully I can find a stud. I did find the sole plate, but no stud.
Okay, I can hear it. I can hear it. I don't see any water coming in yet. Okay. I'm watching for the red lines or the blue lines. The blue lines you said is cold. Everything. Okay. Red lines, okay. I get it. Okay, I can hear it going. It's got some knocking sounds of some sort, but slightly. Yeah. Okay. The water is now seeping. I'm not sure which is the last two. It seemed to be coming from the last two towards the kitchen. The last two red lines.
You can see the water that's coming up from underneath the slab, and it's not dripping down from the pipes, but coming up from the concrete.
Okay, gotcha.
We're talking to each other on a cell phone. She's in the bathroom and I'm in the garage.
Okay, hang on. Okay, I'll do that.
I'm getting the backsplash off the wall. It's been glued in place and it helps hold down the bathroom sink. You can see how the caulking compound they used to hold the backsplash, it's been there for 35 years or more. So it was tough to get off. It even took some of the cardboard off from the drywall. Here's the backside of the backsplash. Now I'm trying to separate the mirror bracket from the bathroom sink. They had the mirror channel support glued to the sink riser, making it hard to get apart and get the sink removed. I'm sorry I couldn't show you the bathroom sink being removed. It was too heavy and it took both of us to lift it and put it on a hand truck and haul it outside. So that part is missing. But here's what it looks like inside the cabinet with the sink removed. After chiseling all the caulk away, I managed to get the cabinet loose, and we also put that on a hand truck, but we carried that one in the garage.
What you're doing now, Chippy?
This protective metal plate keep you from bumping the plumbing. Removing it. Soft, soft, soft. Oh, that's a big nail.
What's that piece of wood over there?
This? Sew plate. It's the sew plate for the wall. The leak actually ended up being in the bedroom.
Take a video of the debris here.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is all the debris. They had to come out. They had to break the slab. They had to break the wire mesh, the reinforcement. Okay, it ended up being the hot water pipe right here, the hot water pipe that comes from the hot water heater. Okay, and the break was in the bedroom, in there where I showed you where the leak was. And they had to break it out here to get to it, to determine the leak. A leap of faith, a lot of luck. It happened to be close to this wall, but they had to break concrete not only here in the bathroom, but they had to break concrete in the bedroom itself to get to that pipe that had a small little hole in it. Okay, he says he thinks it was caused by a rock. Okay, a rock. I'm thinking a brick. Now there's a brick over here that looks like it might have been laid on top of the rock, on top of the pipe. I mean. Okay.
Maybe the pressure pushed it and made a hole.
I think so. I think so over time, and that's what happened. We got lucky on this one. It wasn't too far back. It could have gone clear across. We were thinking about putting in a 1/2-inch copper line, running it down through inside this pipe. That might have been a cheaper alternative had the break been in the middle of or closer to the hot water heater. But through a leap of faith, we actually dug back a little bit further into the bedroom, and we found where the leak was. Okay, now let's move on into the bedroom. All the soil that they've had to dig up, okay, the shovel to get to this pipe. This was fortunately not a load-bearing wall. Okay, that's the hot water line, and if you look over here, Lynn, come over here, you'll see this other pipe right over here.
Okay.
It's blue wrapper on it. It's the cold water line. The cold water line wasn't leaking. It's the hot water line that was leaking.
The red one?
Right. This brick, I think this brick that they dug up was the culprit. Okay, when they made the house, they threw the brick in, and I think this brick was laying just in the right position
And it punctured?
to work a hole through that copper pipe. Okay, by code, they can't put any joints in underneath the slab. It's got to be one continuous tubing water pipe. So this is kind of fluky, but that's a nice round little hole there. And
Let me zoom into the hole, okay?
yeah,
Well, there's a hole.
well, you can get right down into it.
That's a very small hole.
Yeah.
What is it? Like maybe 1/8 of an inch diameter?
Yeah, like someone took an ice pick to it, and that's where all our water's been leaking. Okay, so we're going to make the cut. He's getting the solder and the oxyacetylene torch, and we're gonna fix this, and we'll have our hot water back. After the plumbers made the repair, I gave him permission to leave. I told him that I would fill in the hole and pour the concrete. So they were pretty happy about that, and I got some substantial savings. They left me with a big mess. I knew I had my work cut out for me. At the time, I wasn't sure if they were going to use a circular saw to cut the slab or a jackhammer, so we covered everything with plastic. It felt strange coming into the bedroom and finding dirt all over the floor. piles of soil and rock and debris. And of course they had to peel the carpet back with the padding to get to the slab to use the jackhammer. Here's a look at the bedroom after I had the hole filled in, and well, I'll just let the video speak for itself.
Okay, tell me what you're doing right now.
Well, I'm trying to protect the pipes because when I pour the cement, I don't really want the cement to be sticking to the pipes, just in case this job has to be done over again.
I see.
Okay, it'd be best if it not stick to the pipes.
I'm gonna do a close-up on the
Concrete.
insulation you're using.
Yeah.
What are those? Can you tell me something about those? Are those styrofoam sleeves or?
Yeah, it's made out of foam.
Where'd you get those?
You can buy them at a hardware store, Home Depot, whatever. They're actually to put over a pipe to keep it from freezing in the winter.
Kind of insulation like?
It's an insulation.
You take it all the way to the ground below where you're gonna pour the cement?
Yeah, as far down as I can get it.
Okay.
And like I said, just to protect the pipes from the concrete. All pipes by code need to be covered. This one's already covered.
They're
But the
using
other one
plastic.
got torn. Okay, so my best bet is to we'll use some of this, and I'm bringing it up. There's the slab height. I'm bringing it up above the slab.
I got you.
Okay, so the foam's going to be sticking up above the concrete slab.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah, I think it'll help.
I think it's a better material than just mere plastic that gets torn off.
Yeah.
But of course, much more expensive.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. You talk about changing the bulbs. The bulbs, what is this spout here that you got a cloth over? What is that for?
This is the drain pipe. Okay.
That goes to where?
Sewer. Goes to the sewer. And
Okay.
the plumber noticed when he was in here, he said, hey, you know what? This thing is loose. So I'm going to have to get some of that purple stuff. It's a cleanser. I'm going to clean this pipe up a little bit.
Okay, here's my question. The drain pipe over here,
Yeah.
where does it go? You say tied to the sewer.
It's tied to the sewer.
So where is the sewer pipe? Are you going to tap into the sewer pipe behind it? Is that a white?
This is the sewer pipe.
That's the sewer pipe, okay.
This is the sewer pipe for the sink.
All right, so what I was going to say is you're going to put an elbow there or some kind of tap into that?
And it's a water trap that comes out and goes to the sink.
Okay,
Plumber stuck this rag in here to keep the sewer gas out.
I got you. And let me ask you a question. You probably will need to open up the wall, the plaster there, to be able to tap into that sewer pipe?
Well, this has come loose right here. It's not been glued in properly.
Okay, so you're going to...
I'm gonna put some sandpaper on it, clean it up, clean this up, re-glue it back, stick it back in.
You said it's a blue stuff. What is that blue stuff or purple
It's a
stuff?
cleanser. I really think it's a cleanser and a bonding agent. It helps the glue stick. Okay?
Do you have that or do you need to
I
go
believe I have some.
buy
of that.
some?
Yeah, I believe I have some.
Okay.
If it's not dried up. But
If it's dried up, we'll
If he'd
go.
have done it right, this pipe would have been blue. It would have been purple. I mean, it's purple valve. But he
Maybe,
didn't do it. He just,
maybe through the years it dried up.
yeah, well, no, it'd be purple.
Oh,
He just stuck it on there.
you
Okay.
probably forgot, huh?
Maybe, but it needs to go. You see, I don't think this would have come loose if it had been done right. But it did.
I gotcha.
So,
So you're doing the prep work right now?
yeah, what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to pour slab down here. The concrete slab.
But you need to do all that pipe stuff maintenance before you do the
I
slab.
wanted to protect it. Yeah.
Let me ask you another question. You have those valves. Where did he go?
This is the hot water valve. This is the cold water valve. I got the water shut off.
Well, the plumber gave you two. Is that for one of each, or are they the same?
They're both the same, and they're interchangeable.
Let me take a look at what that is.
It's a new valve.
Let me see what the valve looks like.
Yeah. See. It's a newer valve.
And what's the purpose of the valve?
Shut the water off to the sink. That way you won't, if you have a problem with the bathroom, such as you want to replace the fixture in the bathroom, you won't have to shut the water off to the entire house.
Well, the plumber gave you those free of charge. How much did that thing cost? Is it expensive now, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Those things are expensive.
This is just a half a turn that shuts it off. Okay. These you gotta turn and turn and turn and turn and turn. And they're all corroded up. Okay. This one's actually leaking, which is why I have to fix it first, because when I pour my concrete, I don't want water dripping on the concrete.
I gotcha.
Because I don't think it'll set.
It won't set if it's wet all the time.
If it's wet all the time, so I gotta replace these. But I'll probably have to take them back off, because I'm gonna have to cut the drywall. Okay, and I'll probably cut
How
it.
high will you cut it?
I'm not sure, probably above all this.
I understand.
And I want it in a really nice square, really level. You know, come across with my level and draw a line. Okay, and then come down.
I'm going to speculate that you're going to do that after all the plumbing work is done and the concrete is poured.
After the concrete is poured is when I'm going to do it. But what I'm going to do here, this piece of wood here, this stud, is
That's your stud, right?
Yeah, is too far back, actually, to be able to screw or nail any drywall in.
Yeah.
So I got me a 2x4 that I'm going to cut and put in place, like scab it and bring it out further so that I can screw it into it.
So scabbing is attached so that you'll be able to get the nail through it.
So I'll be able to get the
Screws. Drywall?
Something's got to hold the drywall. Okay.
Is it the drywall screws that you bought?
Yes.
That's for that.
And
Okay.
it'll be able to screw into the extra 2x4 that I place in here. Okay.
Now the drywall screws, I believe it's in the seat in the front of the truck.
Okay, well, we'll get them.
Okay.
We'll get them. And something interesting here you might want to realize is that
What is that metal plate?
this is a metal plate.
That goes to where?
Well, in case you don't know your plumbing, it fits here.
Oh, I don't know my plumbing.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's like a guardrail?
It's to keep you from driving a nail in there and damaging the
Damaging your pipes. It's
Yeah.
like a guardrail. Okay.
It's
I
a
was wondering
guardrail.
what that was for.
Yeah, it's there to
Stop
keep
you.
a foolish person from trying to drive a screw or a nail in. Because if they do, they'll hit the plumbing. And
I
cause
probably would recommend you skip that part.
Well, no, I'm going to put it right back in.
No, I mean put that right in, but when you're screwing or putting the screws into your drywall, skip that part. Maybe you can just glue it or something.
No, this gets nailed in left here and right here. It gets nailed in. And my drywall is going to be fixed from here where I put my board, okay, my 2x4.
I see there's a sole plate over here.
Yeah, right
Do
here.
you put anything in there?
Well, what I'm going to do with this one,
Because they cut that.
there's nothing vertical running through here. There's no studs.
Okay. What are you going to do with that?
So what I'm going to do is use that piece of wood we have, okay, which is 2 by, it's 1/2 by 2 inches.
Okay.
And I'm going to place it behind this drywall right here. Okay?
I see.
Place it behind. It's going to be a shorter piece,
All right.
and I'm gonna be screwing my drywall into it because it's going to be hanging over. See, this is not big enough, but it's going to be partially screwed into the drywall.
Okay.
With the screw, zit, okay? And then it'll give me a place to screw the drywall to, zit. So I'll be able to hold the drywall in place.
There's something in there to hold it.
Right, and I'll be doing the same thing across the top.
I gotcha.
Okay,
So you do need to cut that drywall in there so that you are in a position to put those supporting pieces of wood.
Yeah, and this cut up like this, it's the smallest piece. I don't want to fool with it, trying to fill it in with plaster. I'm just going to cut it across the top.
Across.
But I want it to be as square as possible, okay? Because it comes down and across and up and over.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be cutting it with a X-Acto knife.
Oh, not a jigsaw?
No, it creates too much dust. You just use a X-Acto knife
Okay.
and you lay it out on a truck bed or the ground or whatever, and you follow your line as you're cutting the drywall.
Do you need a template? I've got some construction paper or a
Well,
packing paper you can use for a template.
well, I'm going to be doing, probably using my tape roll or yardstick.
Okay. I guess the reason why I said template because of the valves in here and the drain piece there.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because I'm going to put a line to make sure that when I screw my drywall in, I won't be anywhere near these. I'll put in some screws over here, drywall screws, okay? And then I'll put in some drywall screws here, okay? And then I'll put in some drywall screws, won't be here, it'll be over here in this corner.
I have some packing paper you can use, and I could help you mark the valves in there and the drain pipe so that when you go cut the template, you won't struggle here in the bathroom putting that. If you have pre-cut it, then all you have to do is fit it in. All the dust will be out there, outside where you do the cutting.
Well, there won't be any dust because I'm going to cut it with an X-Acto knife and it just snaps in half like a piece of plastic.
Oh, I gotcha, because it's just gypsum, isn't it?
Yeah, it just snaps in half. And
The board is just
once
gypsum.
it snaps, you cut the other half of the cardboard.
I
So you
gotcha.
don't have all the mess. I'm not going to cut it with a saw because it just makes lots of dust.
A lot of dust in it. All right, I got it in there, so I'm going to go ahead and leave you to do the valve work. I'll come time to time. Maybe I will video you as you are working. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
I'm not interfering. I won't be talking.
Yeah, you don't interfere with me.
Okay. Because I know when you're working, you know, when you got somebody yapping away, it takes your concentration away. Okay, that's how you put that in?
Yeah, I just go
Okay.
Take it in, and I want to get it. This looks like it's down here. And it'll go in as deep as I can get it.
You know, plumbers can't put so much time doing what you're doing. Because yesterday, it was yesterday, the lead guy on the plumbing team said they were only given 4 hours to get that job done.
Well, they were nice enough to put this in. They got this running. This is running from where the pipe was, had a hole in it.
Right?
And So
So they put
he,
that
he,
sleeve in?
he put a coupling in to join, the pipes, and gave me some new copper pipe here. This is new, and he covered everything that was soldered up, the coupling and the pipes. He soldered them up, and then he put this foam on it so that the pipes wouldn't be touching the soil, which is good because it didn't have any plastic on it or anything in that area. So
You know, this was tough, although they were a two-man team,
yeah,
but the bathroom is so small, only one will fit, so only one person's
yeah.
working at a
One was
time.
working on this side of the wall, and one was working on the other side of the wall, because there's a big hole over there in the bedroom. Because the pipe actually had a leak in it underneath the bedroom slab. It wasn't here. It wasn't here in this bathroom. It was coming up through the slab, but the actual leak was in the bedroom, and it was coming up underneath the slab and flowing, is actually flowing towards this bathroom.
So one guy did that here, and the other one was fixing the hole.
The other one was fixing the hole, and the other guy was feeding the pipe through, making this joint here and tying it in.
So it would make the job faster. There's two of them working one side and the other.
They're working together as a team. Yeah.
Now they said that the labor is $75 per hour plus materials.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And when you when you don't have any hot water in your house, and it costs money to heat the hot water, the natural gas on the hot water heater, and you don't really have any hot water in your house, you'll pay it. You'll pay what they ask. Okay.
True, but you know what I found was interesting with the plumbers is that they are like journeymen for car dealerships. That the plumbers have their own tools.
Yeah, they do.
And the company only provides the truck when they're going to the site, and also for the big equipment like the jackhammer.
I think the company provided them with the copper tubing, and I think the company actually provided them with the jackhammer.
Yeah, that was it, the jackhammer.
But, all the tools, and I think the parts, they don't buy the parts. The company buys the parts.
Small tools like screwdrivers and
Oh, jeez.
little hammers and whatnot.
They got all kinds of things. Pipe cutters. Whatever you need.
And those they own.
They had to buy them.
You know, those are expensive individually.
Well, they started out poor and eventually able to make a living off of it. But they got quite a tool investment. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that, they carried bags with them, tool bags.
Yeah. So, that's what they do.
Well, I'm glad you're able to do this, because if they had to come back and finish up, you have to make another appointment. And it's already 14 days for them to get your hot water repaired. So
Yeah.
to get this done, another 14 days, they can't come back because they've got other commitments.
Well, the rest of this isn't really a plumber's job. The rest of this would be contracted to someone else.
Yeah, they said that they could call the contractors for you, and it's different companies.
Yeah, different companies. Probably a carpenter, a drywaller, a concrete man. All those things add to the cost.
Maybe two different contractors, one for the concrete pour and the second would be for
For the
drywall.
For the drywall.
Right, and then if you want a painter, that's a third one.
That's the third one. Plus, you want to replace the valves, you have to call the plumber back.
And
They
then,
can get very expensive.
well, you'll have to wait because they have a wait list of two weeks.
Yeah.
That's how shortage they are of labor, skilled labor, not just any old labor to do this kind of job.
Yeah. So, I think that'll work. I'll nip it right there, right above. Just
Okay.
put a little nip in it right there. Then I'm going to take it off and cut it across. You know, like I said, I'm doing this in case we ever have to get back in here. It's better not to have concrete on it.
Where did you get that sleeve from, and but how much is that?
Oh, it's not very expensive. You can get it in any hardware store. I bought this from Home Depot.
Home Depot, okay.
Yeah. See how that'll work?
That's right.
And I can fill this hole up with sand. But I thought since I was down here, I would replace these valves because I think now's the time to replace
Yeah,
them.
it is. I can see the logic on
I'm
that.
going to open this up, see what happens.
Okay. Now the first thing you
Nothing
did
should
was to
happen.
shut the water from the main pipe,
Yeah.
right? From the
no
main
wa-
line from the street?
That's right. There's no water. See, there's no water anymore.
Very good. If you need a bucket to catch any water, let me know.
It wouldn't matter. Just go down in the hole.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm going to do now is take out this valve. Got my adjustable wrench. Okay.
Now when you need for me to be quiet, let me know, okay?
It's no problem. You can talk to me. I'm fine with it. Then you grab the valve. See, if you just turn this thing, you just go, oh, I'm going to loosen this up. You'll probably twist the copper pipe off.
Ooh, you
Okay.
don't want to do that.
To be honest with you. So you have to grab a hold of the valve and the nut back here, the collar. You want to get a hold of both of them, okay?
Okay.
And then you want to try and break it loose like that, see? Got that loose. And I didn't twist the copper pipe,
That's true.
okay?
You didn't disturb anything but the part that you want to loosen up.
That's right, I got it out, see?
Gotcha.
Now, there's a
bolt
brass,
in
there
there?
it is, there's the brass collar, and that's what seals the water on the pipe. It's a compression fitting, okay, and I don't have enough pipe to cut this off. You need to have longer pipe to cut it off. They make special tools to remove it, but I don't think it's a good idea because by pulling this compression ring off, you're actually going to compress the copper pipe too, and it's just not going to go
Well, the
together
copper
right.
pipe isn't plugged, so I just leave it in place.
Yeah, I just leave it in place, and I don't use a new nut. Okay, this device comes with a new nut,
Wait a second.
and
Can you just save that knot for?
see that?
Oh,
It's a-
you're not gonna use the knot then?
I'm
Let
not
me look
going
at
to
your hand.
use this, and I'm not going to use this either.
Okay.
Okay, but they give it to you in case you're going into new plumbing.
Well, you can always save that for other repairs.
But well, I do keep this stuff. Yeah.
We can keep those little boxes that came with, so we know what's in it.
Well,
Show me them little boxes that came with the valves.
it's this little box.
Yeah, we'll just put that. Do you need a little box that would be marked plumbing supplies?
I just throw this stuff in a bucket I got in the back room.
Here's that valves that you're about to install.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they the same size?
Identical.
They're the same.
Everything's identical.
The one is for hot water, that you're going to use it for hot water, and the other for cold?
That's correct.
Okay.
So, should fit perfectly. There it goes. And then I can screw this back on.
Is there a right and wrong position on the valve? Should be upright or sideways or?
I like to aim them up because this is what goes to the sink. This part I like to aim up. Okay. These threads are supposed to be identical, and I can see as it goes on that it's okay. Now I'm going to try and screw this back on.
And you're gonna do the same to the other one, right?
Yes, Now, for some reason, this isn't threading on easily. It goes so far, and then it quits.
What do? You cut new threads in there?
Now I'm going to try and screw it down with my pliers and see what happens.
Okay.
Grab hold of the nut and just gotta. Let me take a closer look at this. And then tighten this nut up here in the back.
You were able to put the valve on the first one
And the second one.
and the second one.
Yeah, that's good. Because I don't have the cabinet in. See, this would be a lot of work with the cabinet in.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna have to go underneath.
I'd be crawling around.
Be knocking your knuckles into the wood. Not a good idea. It's really good to get the cabinet out.
So, this is on and that's off. Okay.
So you're finished with the valves and you're just testing whether they turn on and off?
Yeah, I'm going to turn the water on at the street. And we're going to see if these leak. There should be no leaks, zero, no drips, no runs.
Okay, and you want me to watch over here and you're going to call me by cell phone
Yeah,
to see if it's leaking here or not?
yeah.
Okay.
It could drip, it could spray, it could do anything, okay, depending on if there's a leak. Sometimes it'll spray, you know,
All right.
sometimes it'll just drip.
Okay.
And so when I turn the water on, I'll be calling you, you'll be in here.
All right, I'll get my cell phone.
And that's where we're at right now, so that's my next step.
All right, okay, let's do that.
Although I didn't get it on video, the hot water valve in the bathroom was leaking. And I suspect it was leaking right around the, I believe they call it a collar, the brass collar. So I used my Dremel tool to cut off the brass collar.
Okay, tell me what you're doing right now because I know one of the valves which you're working on leaked.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now?
Well, what did I do with it? See this compression sleeve?
Yeah.
It was still leaking, and the compression sleeve was, you know, no good, not working. So,
You have a new compression sleeve?
yeah. So, I mean, I put it on here like this, and I took a Dremel tool.
That one came with the kit, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a new one, but it wouldn't, I had to cut it off with the Dremel tool very carefully with my alpha loops because I didn't want to cut the pipe.
All right.
Okay.
Again?
I
The
make a
Dremel.
special tool to take these off with.
What they do, so
Yeah.
you don't have that tool, so you cut it.
Yeah, I cut it, but by it's compressed, and by pulling it out, you're actually compressing the entire pipe, and I didn't like that idea.
Okay.
See, if it's loose here, but much looser here, because it's got to be compressed. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm sanding this up right now to make it nice and clean and smooth, so that when this gets on there and gets compressed, it'll give me a good tight seal.
I gotcha.
That's what I'm doing.
All right.
And I wanted to use the sandpaper to get any ridges or anything out of it.
You need it to be smooth.
I need it to be smooth.
Okay.
And that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so You're gonna be doing that for a while. Okay, all right. Chip has turned on the water at the main, and here it shows no dripping. Both valves seems to be performing just the way it should be, no drips. Okay, this is the sand that's gonna go into those holes. This one is by Quikrete, and it says play sand in here. And this one came in a 50-pound bag. Are you going to tamp that down as well?
Yeah.
You want me to get the hoe with the flat head?
I think we have. I'm just gonna work it in.
Okay, you're gonna work it in with your hand.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do is just place that below the concrete slab.
Right.
How much is that play sand?
$6.
$6, okay. You know what I suggest? You don't have to return the other one. Don't return it. We'll just put a little section in the yard where we can put maybe some bricks. We can buy some of those, what do you call this, blocks, concrete blocks, the thin ones, and make that a poopy place for Brownie.
Yeah.
He'll like that, Chip. And then all I have to do is shovel out what he drops in there and keep it clean. And he won't go all over the yard.
Probably like that.
Let's do it.
Alright. For
So you don't have to
$6, it don't matter to me.
You don't have to return it. Because I gotta clean that yard come spring, or when I water the yard. I'll need to clean it because he's got little mounds there where he went to the bathroom, and I don't want to step on wet stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna work it with your hand first and then tap it down.
Yeah. Well, you can help me.
How?
You can help me. Tap it down with you. You put it in there and squish it down.
How about just using the
How about you stand on it? Can you stand on it?
I can, but it would be a little bit weird.
Why?
Let me just use the back of the hoe.
That's not good enough. Don't
Not
have
good
the weight.
enough? Okay, then I'll go ahead and step on
Come
it.
around and step on it.
Alright.
I didn't show Rosalind tamping or stepping on the sand because she's my cameraman, and it would only make you dizzy to watch.
Okay, you're ready to do concrete work, right?
Yep.
You have this Quikrete high strength concrete mix.
Yep.
Okay, and this one comes in 60-pound bags. How much did you pay for this one?
$6.
$6. Okay, we're ready to mix, right?
Yep.
And that's your tools there for mixing?
Yep.
Okay,
Mix it and smooth.
alright. Okay.
That noise you hear in the background is the bathroom exhaust fan. I'm trying to keep the dust down.
Okay, what are you doing now?
I'm wetting the outside edges of the concrete so the new stuff will stick to it.
Do you keep that wet all the time for a while?
No, I'm just going to keep it wet long enough to pour it and smooth it.
Okay.
And then I let the materials do the job. So I want to get it good and wet.
I think that sprayer is good because it can get into the cracks.
Yeah. You want to mix the dried concrete with water till it comes out to the consistency of a cow pie. I'm floating the concrete right now, that is putting the rocks and the aggregate deeper into the concrete, leaving a smooth surface on top that I can level out really nice. Now it's time to move to the bedroom. I'm wetting the edges of the old concrete so that the new concrete will adhere better. As you can see, I put in more sand and tamped it down so it comes right to the level of the concrete, right below. And the product I've been using all along is called Quickcrete.
How long does it requires to set quickly?
I wish I knew. I don't know. It's probably sets up pretty quick, but hard enough to put into service. I really don't know. I didn't read the bag. The bag will tell you. Seems like everything's 24 hours.
Okay. You don't have the scale. Does it shrink?
Huh?
Does it shrink, the cement?
I think it does.
Just a thought.
It's logical. I just couldn't help myself. I had to put in my initials and the date. I waited 24 hours before proceeding to the next project.
Okay, tell me what you did this morning.
Well, this morning was fitting up the supports for the drywall. The space between here and over here is 30 inches, and from here down to here is 11 inches. So I put in some, actually 2.5 by 1/2 inch strips of wood.
So that's called scabbing, right? It's like an addition to,
Yeah, right.
so that you could screw the drywall into the wood, so it will have some kind of support.
Right, that way the drywall won't fall through.
Okay, so I see an L position there that's upside down.
L position.
On the right side, to your sole plate.
Right here, yeah.
Right, so that's also scabbed in there for support.
Well, no, this is actually the water pipe that runs
No, up above the piece of wood. The piece of wood.
This up here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue in there.
See, it's wide. It's 2.5 or 3 inches.
Okay.
So I used half of it. You can see here.
Okay.
And I wanted to catch it, so
Alright.
I put it here.
That's
here.
that's the screws that you got.
Yeah, I screwed it through the drywall into the wood.
Okay.
Okay, and that gives it support for
What's
the
the
new piece
length of the
drywall.
screws? The drywall screws.
These are
specific.
1 1/4 inch.
Okay.
1 1/4 inch
Specific to
drywall.
that. Why did you use the screws instead of the nail? I saw nails over there, but you
Yeah.
picked up screws.
Yeah, well,
What's
they
the
use
reason
nails,
for that?
I use screws. For one thing, if you look up top here, you'll see that I got a mirror.
Yeah, you got a mirror.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And that's the biggest factor, is that I don't want to be pounding on anything.
Oh, I got you. You
Because
loosen your mirror.
I might break the mirror, it might fall
Okay.
down.
Right, so
But the
mirror's
second
right there.
reason is that with a nail, it would be very hard to hold this securely enough to drive the nail in.
Okay.
Because this would keep wanting to push away as I drove the nail in.
So the screws will grab better than the nails?
Yeah, and I kind of buried the screws some, countersink them. So when I put the plaster in, it'll cover it. So these screw heads are kind of buried.
Do you know you've been working about 4 hours on the prep on this one?
Well, yeah, I believe it.
You did have to break to or run to Lowe's to return the sand, 1 bag of sand and 1 bag of cement that was not used.
This whole job only took 1 60-pound bag of concrete mix, and it only took one 50-pound bag of sand. But you can see it's hard. It turned out good. Can't complain.
It's hard now?
Yeah, it's hard.
Very good. Very good.
You can walk on it. I wouldn't pound a hammer on it or anything, but now my next job is to cut the drywall out.
You fill that back in?
Yeah, and I'm going to have to cut a special little piece of drywall here that'll fit in. Okay. Because I cut this, I was looking for a leak, hoping and praying that it was coming from the top. Okay. Because this is the hot water line, and I was just hoping that it wasn't coming from underneath the slab.
But it was?
But it was. And I cut this open just to make sure so that I could see the complete pipe as it comes through up into this valve, and there were no leaks whatsoever.
All right.
So it was the slab. It had to be the slab. And this is where they got the jackhammer, and they started jackhammering this. And then they had to go in the bedroom.
But it was worth it for you to do all that prep work, because the plumbers, when they came, they just went in, fixed it, they didn't have to move anything or fix anything, and went out, didn't even have to backfill, to save you a lot of money. The internet said it's kind of a job, and you've got a leak in the slab where they have to jackhammer it down, expect $3,000 to $4,000 in repair costs.
Yeah, you have to, when you consider all the people that are going to come and visit, you got your carpenter who's going to come in here, put in this wood, and then you got to hire a drywaller who's going to come in here and put drywall in. Okay.
And you're going to have to paint it later on too.
And then you're going to have to hire a painter. Of course, they're going to want to texture this. This new piece will be bare naked, and I'm going to want to texture it so it looks like this, kind of spattered orange peel. So, and I have the tool for that, so I'm going to spatter this new one. And I had to put this steel plate back in because we don't want people drilling into the pipe or nailing anything where they hit the pipe. They hit the steel because the drywall is going to be covering this.
The steel is to protect the pipes behind it?
The steel is to protect the pipes behind it.
So how did you fasten that? Did you fasten it with screws also?
Yes, I used 2 screws, which is overkill, but this wood here on both sides had gotten a little bit soft from the moisture, and I wanted this to be secure, so I put in 2 screws on each side, drilling holes, and
Okay, take your break.
yeah, and well, I'm going to cut the drywall, and then I'm going to mix my joint compound. I got joint compound I'm going to mix. I'm going to tape it, and then I'm going to put the drywall in place, screw it in place, tape it, use the joint compound, and finish it up, and then I'm going to texture this. It'll all be textured, look like orange peel.
Okay.
And the same for this piece up here. And of course I have to fix this plumbing because it came loose, and we just got to run it in here so it doesn't stink.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm gonna leave you alone now.
But I got to sweep all this stuff up.
Okay, I'll leave you alone.
The following clip shows the drywall cut and put in place, but not screwed down yet.
Okay, tell me about what you did yesterday to finish.
What I did yesterday is basically put this board in, this drywall.
Okay, this is a drywall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in with drywall screws.
Okay.
Made a frame for it so I'd have something to screw it down to.
All right.
Screwed down the
You
plate.
scab it to the studs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And then put it in the plate, cut it to size.
All
Put
right.
it in, screwed it down, made everything tight. Used some drywall tape, some sheetrock drywall. Put it in, smoothed it up. Since it's behind a cabinet, I didn't bother to texture it much, just kind of dappled it with the paint.
You don't need to.
And
How's the floor going?
floor's dry as far as I can see.
Okay. It's still curing though. It's not completely.
Probably won't cure for a year.
Yeah. You're not putting the cabinet in, right?
I'm gonna try, yeah. We're trying
Okay.
to put the cabinet in.
All right.
The
Well, it looks
cabinet,
good.
yeah.
Nice and clean.
So this leak's been going on for a while because I've seen some of the wood.
Warped.
Yeah, warped and some cabinet damage, but it's a damage where it doesn't show, so we're okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm
Put it
going to
back
put this
in.
away now. Okay, you are ready to install the sink, so let me know what you did before to install the sink. What's your prep work here? What did it entail?
Well, I screwed the cabinet to the wall where the studs were. You can see the screws down here.
Oh, I see. Let me look at the
Yeah.
screw closely. Is that the drywall screws?
That's the drywall
used?
screws, yeah, 2.5 inch.
Okay, that's the one we
Okay.
bought at
Yeah.
Lowe's.
Yeah, and I know that there's a stud behind this wall right over here.
Okay.
You can see the 2 screws that went in there to mount it.
There are no electrical wires behind there, right?
No electrical wires.
Okay.
So the cabinet's in firmly.
Okay.
And put in that piece of plumbing down there.
Okay.
That's for the water trap.
Oh yeah, you've already connected it.
Yeah, so we got 2 new water valves and a water trap. And
The water trap valve, is there another, oh yeah, there's another elbow or another
Yeah.
mechanism there that goes, right?
that's correct. But it goes in after I put the sink in.
I gotcha.
After I put the sink in, I'm not gonna bond the top. I'm not gonna put adhesive on it.
Okay.
Okay, because I don't want it to be permanent.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna lay the sink in place and kind of caulk in the cracks
All right.
so that if I ever need to get it out,
You can
okay,
get it out
I'll be
without a
able to
problem.
get it out. Because the original installer didn't put adhesive in here.
I'll just leave
So
it.
I'm not gonna do it either.
No. It's just easier for you to pull it just in case
Just
you
in
have to
case.
get to the plumbing
Just
system.
in case. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go get the sink now?
Yep, we're gonna
Okay.
get the sink and put the sink in place.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned about the clearance here
All right.
where the sink is and the mirror.
Okay.
Okay. I've got to kind of put it in, lay it down. And I want to break the mirror, but I need this little piece here to support the mirror. So
All right.
I
Okay.
know it's a tight fit. Well, we both brought the sink in. It was heavy and we put it in place. We didn't break the mirror, and after everything was in place, I hooked up the plumbing, the hot and the cold water, and the sewer drainage, and we were good to go. We finally had hot water after about, more than 2 weeks. If you enjoyed this, I'd like to thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.